Yes, Alex?
Yeah.
So like, so that if a person like, so they just like steal money from them?
Yeah.
Or like,
Basically.
I mean, is there a way to like, if they were to be skeptical, is there kind of like the police find them easily and stuff like that? I don't know. Is there like
so-
a way to prevent it?
Having worked with law enforcement on more serious things than taking my report bags, what you do is you go look up and see who owns our space, who owns Heads That Show. You start looking at, because I will bet if I've looked, you go to ourspace.com, this probably has a whole, like Emerge TV here, it probably has a whole list of other places that have been hacked. So you probably have like 50 other people who have been hacked, and you start looking at all those sites, and you look at this, where it's pulling it off of, and you start figuring out who owns this, who owns this. Eventually you have to get a website that the criminals actually control, like fully, because at some point you have to follow the money, and those are people, and like anybody else, they're going to be very careful of how the money flows. So eventually they'll own a site, which could be anywhere in the world. And the idea is that, you create a funnel. So all these people go to these hacked websites, you send out millions of emails, get people to come to these hacked websites like Emerge, and then you funnel it down to your actual website where they put in their credit card information or something to buy, Bitcoins, credit card, whatever. And when you get to that point, one, I'll guarantee you that they copy all your information and use it again. So you put your credit card in thinking, hey look, I can get 50% off of Michael Kors bag. And you're like, cool, I'm gonna get one for my girlfriend, one for my mother, and one for my, why not? Get 50% off, right? Meanwhile, they cloned your credit card. They may actually ship you some sort of, bad version of Michael Kors bag, but they've cloned your credit card, and then with your credit card, depending how sophisticated they are, they'll either just take it and go on a buying spree and buy all the stuff they wanted to buy, or they'll call the credit card company and question your identity because they have your credit card number, and they can log into your account and look at your transactions. So if your credit card company says, hey, like, what were your last 3 transactions, they can log into your account and read it off, and from there start getting the rest of your information so they can just clone you. Your social security number and get your address and get your mother's maiden name, and everything else you need to authenticate with your bank.
So the answer is yes, the police can figure out who is doing it.
Yep.
And they have lots and lots of different techniques for doing that. And some of these techniques, they have to bring in experts in coding, and that's people like you who are learning these techniques.
So here's another that was interesting.